Hey, this is JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today, we're going to have a look at the Bibury Multitools Pliers Pro. This is model BI2049. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description below. You can even join as a channel member for exclusive content. Thanks a lot. A shout out to Bibury for sending me this multi-tools. Now they've got a huge selection of multi-tools, so be sure which is the one you're picking up, so do check out that model number. This is essentially their version of the Leatherman Surge. There are some minute differences like the materials as well as the placement of some of the tools, but by and large it is very similar. But I should mention the price on this is 1/3 the price of the retail price of the Surge. The Surge is about $149 US. This is $49.99 US. However, I was pretty impressed by the fit and finish and the overall quality. And I should preface this by saying I've actually handled a Bibury multi-tool, a plier tool before, and it really wasn't that good. But this range actually seems to have really improved, and the quality is actually pretty good. So they've stepped up the game. All right, so this is the packaging. It is very simple. Right, you get a lot of product information, information about the company. This is the tool. I wish they'll give it a proper name rather than just the models. It's hard to remember all the different models. Now here you have all the different tools, as you can see, including the tools that you can swap out. Some warm tips, maybe they mean hot tips, but I probably think they mean warning tips. And then here we have some specifications. So here's one of the main differences. The knife material or the blade steel is 7CR17. So that is actually slightly better than the Leatherman tools, which generally have the 420HC blade steel, and 7CR17 is closer to 440 or 4408, so just slightly better. The main material for the rest of the tool is 3CR13, which is definitely not as hard as this 7CR17, but it is much tougher and it's quite common to be used in the body and other parts of the multi-tool. Now they don't mention what the wire cutters are made from, right? It is replaceable, however they don't say what the material is, and for Leatherman it's I believe 440C, so that's a pretty good hard steel, so I'm not sure what this is. All right, let's open up the packaging. Right, simple box like that. And what's very impressed was, besides the tool, you do get a lot of extras within this pouch over here, and I think that really increases the value. Remember, you're paying about 1/3 the price of the Surge, but you get all the extras with the pouch within that price. Whereas for the Surge, if you want to buy extra add-ons or replacement parts, you would have to buy them separately. All right, maybe let's have a look at the tool first, and then I'll come to the pouch with the extras. So as you can see, it looks really like basically a multi-tool that you'll be familiar with. Now the finishing is closer to the Free series from Leatherman, which I have over here. You can see really close. Now I do not own the Surge. This is the Leatherman Free P4, but you can see just in terms of the overall look, fit and finish, right, that for the scales they are similar. Now the Surge, I believe, is similar to this in size, but it is heavier. This itself is a hefty tool, definitely heavier than this. This I believe is about 240 grams, so this is 270, so just slightly heavier. Now for those of you who might be more familiar with the Wave, so that's the size comparison, right? So there is definitely a big difference in the size. So this is definitely overbuilt, just like the Surge. Right, in terms of the tool set, you get most of the things you'd get in the Surge. In fact, everything except a slight difference in configuration. So we do have the pliers, we do have the replaceable wire cutters over there, and then on the outside, let's go for the outside tools first, you do have that serrated blade with a liner lock. Over on this side, let's go for the regular blade. You can deploy with one hand from the outside, same style of blade as well to Leatherman, I believe. Over here you do have a very nice pair of scissors, so to lock it in place you just kind of open it up, and then that's kind of spring loaded there. And the scissors, I believe, are bigger than the Surge. And let's get some paracord over here, and yeah, it cuts extremely well. So very nice pair of scissors. And that's on the liner lock as well, which you can close up. You do have on the other side, let's see, we have this, 2 blades, we've already gone through that. Let's go with this. So this is that replaceable tool set, which is, in this case, I have the file, right? So if you've got the coarse file, you've got a fine diamond file over here. You also have the saw and a surgical blade attachment, which you can remove by just kind of pulling up here. So you can see that lever. So similar system to the Surge, but I believe that the shank is a bit of a different design. So just pop that open and that can be replaced. So the other parts are in the pouch, which I'll show you later on, but basically just slot it in and then you close it. All right, slot it in this way, yeah, and then you lock it in, right? A bit of blade play, but it is secure inside, and that's a liner lock as well. Now we open this up, you do get the tool set on the inside. Now this is one of the main difference. So on this side, for the Surge, you would have also the bit driver, but with the can opener, and they have the flat head bit, right? So, but this uses the regular 1/4 inch hex bits. So this is a double-sided head, and there's a magnet. Is there a magnet? I believe there's a magnet. If not, there's a detent, definitely. Maybe no magnet. It's just that detent bore there over there, which holds it in place. Right, so no other tools over here, and the rest of the tools are actually on this side over here. And then you have you've got flathead screwdrivers, and then you've got that cap lifter and can opener combination all over there. So that goes on the inside. Now everything closes up as usual. Now in terms of the fit and finish, I would say that it's actually pretty decent. Now it doesn't have that kind of that lock or the half locks or that snaps that you feel on the Leatherman, especially for the pliers. Like you'd often feel a break when you kind of close this. This doesn't have that distinct break, right? Let's say with the Wave, right? There's a very distinct break, right? You feel it when you're trying to close up the pliers. Of course, with the Free and let's say the Arc, you get that similar feel, but that's because of kind of the difference in the mechanism as well. This, you don't really feel that. So some people might feel that, okay, it doesn't feel as secure. But honestly, if you're using the pliers, you aren't gonna really use it till it goes all the way there, right? You are just gonna use that. It's not spring-loaded, so you're just gonna use it, grip it. But for the people who like that definitive break, might have an issue with this. In terms of the smoothness of deploying, there is a bit of friction, but I'm not sure whether it's just not worked in. Like this Wave is very worked in, so is very smooth. The Free uses a different kind of pivot, I believe, and just the system, so it just feels much easier to deploy. But then again, it just could be just the way it's put together. So if you are familiar with the exact pivot mechanism versus the Leatherman's pivot mechanism, do chime in the comments as well. Now, it is still very smooth. It's just a different feeling than you would get with, let's say, the Leatherman. But then again, these are different brands, different tools, so you can't expect the exact same feeling. You're definitely going to have idiosyncrasies for each of the different tools. But still, right, it's fine, right? If you're just using it, you aren't getting an over stiffness in it. And even like generally, even for the Wave, I find, right, getting the inside tools can be difficult. This, I would say, is no more difficult than those tools from the Wave or any other multi-tools. Not particularly stiff. I won't say it's easy to get out, but if you're used to multi-tools, you'll be fine with this. Right, so that's the tool. Overall, great fit and finish. I haven't given this really extensive testing in terms of how well the blade cuts and retains its edge retention and such. So this is more an out-of-the-box kind of a preview. And then we do have this. This is the pouch and where the extras come in, which I think really brings value to this package. So you do have this nylon pouch, and there's this belt clip. Right, so normally you get a nylon loop, so it's nice that they have this. This fits up to a 2-inch wide belt, so that's pretty wide. And then basically just opening like that for you to put the tool inside. That closes up all in one package. Now, if you want to bring around the accessories, then we'll start with the front. You get a nice bit kit over here. So all double-sided 1/4 inch bits. All right, let's see. Just push that out. So it's good, stiff for a reason. You do not want your bits falling out. And that just fits nicely inside. Now this is elastic, so yeah, it doesn't really fall out. Although over time, right, if you take it in and out over time, this might loosen up, and then we'll see how well that retains that bit kit. On this side, we have got a couple of those tools that you'd swap in with the file that I have here. So you have the saw. Now, if you're going to use this as an outdoor tool, as it's one of the functions that is advertised at, I would probably swap out the file and put in the saw over here. And then you have the scalpel, right, this particular one, and then you have another one here, right, which you can switch out, which I won't do right now, right? So just pull that out and you can switch that out. I'm not sure what the use of a scalpel is within such a heavy-duty multi-tool. Maybe just to give you that balance or the juxtaposition of the heavy-duty thicker blades with a very fine exacting blade. But maybe if you use such a tool like the Surge or like something like this, let me know, why would you put a scalpel with your heavy-duty multi-tool? We have, I believe this is probably just the holder to hold this, maybe even just to hold this for protection as well. Okay, so that goes into one side, and then over here we have, this is basically the wire cutters. So for you to replace them, there are the screws over there, and they also provide an Allen key, I believe, which they have, and that's pretty nice. Let's try to shake that out. Yeah, you can see it there. So the way they've slotted this, they've actually sewn, can you see that here? They've actually sewn this so that the Allen key would sit in like that, so it doesn't move around. So that's just a nice touch. You see, there's no sewing here. This is to put the entire blade in, or the saw blade or the file in. Here, there's a vertical stitch. Actually, it's a right angle stitch here. That's so that there's a pocket to slot in this Allen key. So again, nice that they just provide all this in one package. Now, if you're going to bring this out with you for EDC, I'm not sure if you need to bring these extras, but it's there for you to bring if you need. So that's pretty nice. So if your job requires you to have a heavy-duty multi-tool, or maybe you're going out into the jungle or the woods and you do want a multi-tool on your belt, yeah, something like that could definitely work, and you do not have to spend any more money buying extras or a pouch. So that's kind of my overview of this Bibury tool. Now, for the price, I really have to say this is a really good value. I do have other made in China tools, which are multi-tools, also at a budget price, but slightly cheaper than this. But I would say that this is actually very good. Again, for the fit and finish, the tool set that you get and all the extras, I think in value, you can't beat it. What I like to hear is, of course, long-term usage, or if I get to use it long-term, and then I'll come back to be able to see how it stands up. But would I EDC this? Personally, for me, no, but that's just me, because I won't even EDC, let's say, the Wave. I find it too big. Even for the Free, which I have, this goes into like a tool pouch or toolkit that I would carry. It won't be on my person, like in my pocket or on my belt. That's just not me. I would carry the Skeletal, because that's a slimmer profile and lighter, and that fits my personal activities. But if you are one who requires a kind of a bigger multi-tool, or just prefer to have that heft and all the capabilities on you, then definitely this is something you might want to consider, again, because of the value and the quality you get and all the extras. But let me know what you think of this particular tool. Do you own any Bibury multi-tools, especially from this series? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.